Hi everyone, I'm coming on. I assembled this on camera yesterday and I just want to show you how I've decorated it. I have already decorated one. This is it here. Okay. And it's just fully covered. I have added a little bit of white acrylic paint just around the edges. Just to give it that shabby look. You could, and I was tempted to add some lace around it, but this is going to be a functional box. It's going to be used for a lot of my bits and bobs. Sorry, I'll just move that wire out the road. A lot of my bits and bobs that are going to be on my desk day to day. So I don't really want, let's see if I can straighten that up. I don't really want too much round about it. The other option that I did look at was adding one of these flourishes onto the front, which fit perfectly, and painting it white so it gave it that shabby look again. But again, I want this to be a functional box, so I'm going to leave this off for now, but that's an option. Okay, so I have got all the measurements wrote down for the paper that you need for both inside and outside. So for the outside of the box, you need two 4x4, which are for the front panel and the back panel, and then you need three 4x3, which is for your two sides and for your base. Okay, then for the inside, this is where your numbers start coming in. You need two 3 5/8 by 3 7/8. You also need two 3 7/8 by 2 5/8. And for the base inside, you need 3 5. Sorry, for the base, you need 3 5/8 by 2 5/8. Okay, and I will put this on the description so that you don't need to keep looking to find it all. Okay, so I had just wrote roughly what I needed. So for putting it on, I just use wet glue. I find it the easiest, and it also adds you an extra bit of security around your hinging. I'll pull that up a bit if I can. It offers you another wee bit of security around your hinging because you're adding another layer of glue, plus you're adding the security of paper over it. If you're painting it, the same applies because your acrylic paint has a plastic resin in it, so that also gives you that extra security. Okay, so just going to add a good dollop of this around. I don't mind if it goes leaking, and oops, I think that might actually be blocked. Let me just, sorry, I think I might have a wee goober in here. I have, there we go, see, little blockage in my glue. Right, so it'll work fine now. Yeah, and as I said, I'm putting plenty down so this isn't going to fall off on me. Okay, I'll just leave that at the side because it's going to be getting used plenty in the next minute or so. Right, so we need a 4x4. These are my two 4x4s. I need one of them. And this paper is from Floral Muse, I think. One of my favourite papers actually for a fair bit of time. Now, I tend to sand off my edges. If you are not a sander or you're not into sanding, what I would suggest is, instead of the 4x4, just cut that tiny little hair of a fraction shorter. Okay, because it is literally a tiny wee hair. Okay, now I'm just going to try and trim this so that I don't need to sand for time wise, but I don't know if I'll be able to because my hands and eyes are not working great at the minute. That's fine. Okay, what I think I'll do is I'll actually take that wee fraction off before I glue anything else down in future. Oops, come on, you behave. So we've got that. And what I tend to use is just use my bone folder. It's got a nice flat edge, and just squeegee it across just to make sure that's well stuck down. And if there's any glue comes out, that's absolutely fine, as I said, because it's all going to get covered anyway. Just wipe it off. If there's any goes in your paper, don't worry about it. We've got a rubber eraser or even just a wee damp cloth over that. We'll take that away. Okay, don't worry about it. It is only a glue. It's not going to do any damage. Okay, then we'll turn it over and we're looking for a 4x3. Just double check that's the right size. Yeah, I have got a little hair fraction to take off, which I will do just before I put it on. So it is literally just a fraction that I'm taking off. Okay, it is literally just a fraction. And that's it, fitting almost perfectly now. Okay, so another dollop of glue around, and yeah, be good. And I don't go right up to the edges, because when I put my paper on and I squeegee it, that's going to push it out into the edge anyway. Okay, that up. Oops. Lift you a bit if I can. I need to put you on something so you can see it a bit better. There you go. Excuse me, my goonie. That's Scottish for nightdress. I've just been in my bed a fair bit the last few weeks. Okay, and I'm just going to squeeze you out that way as well. Should have brought a damp cloth in with me, but never mind. As I said, it's all going to be good. Just take that little bit off. Just got to pull that down just a tiny fraction. covered in blooming glue, never fails. Right, so we'll turn over and we'll go into our, that's going to annoy me, I'm going to need to take that wee bit off. And it's tiny. It's actually thinner than my blade of my scissors. It's actually cut onto my scissors. That's better. So I'm just going to throw that glue down on there. Put that on there. And I use my PVA for this side. Inside I'll be using Kalau because Kalau is fast drying, but it's also a little bit more fluid and not as tacky to begin with. The reason I use PVA on the outside is because it's going to give me a little bit more support around my hinging. Now again, I'm taking off just a fraction. And turn it round and take just a hairline off this side. And I'll show you exactly how much I've took off. So the bigger bit is off one side and the thin bit is off another side. Just so it fits a bit better. Ooh. Excuse me, yawn my life away. Yep, that fits perfectly now. And you can see the hinging there. That's where our paint's going to come into play because I'll add a little bit of acrylic paint into that. So I'm taking my bone folder and pushing down. Turn it around. Do the same, going back up. And just get a little bit of old glue here and there, that's fine. Let me just see this bit up here appears to be dry. Let me just get that stuck down. There we are. And as I said, you could take as much time or as little time as you like doing this. It is completely up to you. Right, let's turn that. And again, I'm just taking a fraction off. Just see how much I need to take off. Oh, I might even get away with not trimming that one at all. Get a little bit to take off the top. So let me just, there we are. Like that. Take my glue. And I'm just going to make sure that my corners are done. I don't want them popping up. There we are. Add that wee bit in there. And just pop it on. Right, take my bone folder, whoops, a bit of glue on there from the last time, and just squeegee it out. And the same going down the bit. Make sure that all the excess glue has been lifted. I'm just rubbing my hands to get the excess glue off, because it's PVA, it just rolls into a wee ball and disappears. There. Right, so tidy that up a little bit. So then we've got our base, okay, and I just want to check that that will fit okay. I need to take a wee hair fraction off the side, okay, and lengthways, I'll take a wee fraction off of that. Perfect. Ideally, I would probably add felt to the base of this, but I don't have any felt at the moment. I don't have any in my stash. So what I will do is when I get felt, I will put felt on. But it's the exact same principle, whether you're using paper or felt. Just measure it, cut it to size, and glue it down. There's nothing more difficult about it. Let me just make sure those corners are down, because the base I want to make sure is not going to pucker up, or when you're lifting it and laying it and shuffling it about your table, it's not going to get messy. But I prefer felt, and I will put feet on it. I haven't put feet on yet because I know I need to put the felt on. But if you look at any of my box videos, you will see exactly how I do the bases of all my boxes. It's the exact same principle. Put the felt down and then use feet, whether they are metal or flat back pearls, the large ones, usually 18mm, 20mm, something along those lines. I prefer when I'm putting them down, but it's completely up to you. It's totally your own preference. Just give that a wee squeegee. Whoops, lots of glue came out there, so just take that off and then just squeegee it that way. Whoops, just as well that's it done, isn't it? Because inside I have measured literally a hair fraction shorter than it should be, because it's only for decoration. Right, so let me just get rid of all this glue and see if I can get my hands back to being normal again. Right, almost there. Right, so as I said, any glue on your box, just wait till it's completely dry and then use your rubber eraser. Now I don't know if I've got mine handy. I don't see it there. Where have I put it? I've got a habit of blooming moving things just now, and then I can't find them. No, don't know what I've done with my rubber eraser, but it's simple enough. You just rub it over it. Right, inside. Oops, get off you, a wee rogue here. Right, put the lid back on that because I don't need that again. Then I have got some Kalau. Might need to actually fill that up. Fill this up while I'm here. Away. Yeah. Now to fill this up, just open it and then just position it over, give a wee squeeze. I just prefer these wee bottles to work with. I think they're much handier. Whoops, getting it everywhere. Ugh. Hopeless case. Me and wet glue just don't mix. But I do need to use it, so I just need to get on with it. Right, let me just position that where it should be. Put the lid on. And we're done. Move that out the way. A wee bead there that I don't want. And I've moved that when I was on those drawers. Right, so for the inside, we've got the base, which is 3 5/8 by 2 5/8. Okay, and all you're doing is, you know what, that's going to annoy me now. Go around the outside and just give it a good lathering with glue, especially the base, because the base is the one that's going to get abused the most when you're putting things in and out it, especially if it's pens or whatever. Now to put it in, I'm going to need to show you. A minute, you put it into one corner first and then just let it drop. So if I just put it into one corner and then just let it drop down. Alright. Then I have got a tool from Sussex. I was actually in with a kit that I got ages and ages ago, but the spatula end is fantastic for this. Just squeeging out the glue at the bottom just to make sure it goes where it's meant to go. And then because it is alcohol glue and it's really wet, you've got a few minutes to position that exactly where you want and make sure that you're kind of central. Like that. Okay, so there's a tiny border around the whole thing. Alright. Then we've got our 2 side panels, and they are 3 by 7/8, 3 7/8 by 2 5/8. Okay. And again, just wet glue. As I said, I just like the cloud because it is very, very forgiving. Doesn't take too long to dry, but you have got a lot of movement in it to begin with. Right, so let me just lift that up. And this time you're doing the opposite of what you done the last time. You are putting your base in right down to the corner and then bring it over onto the side. Okay, and then I'll just use my wee tool again just to go in, and I'm just pulling it up. Oops, it's because I'm trying to show you as much as I can, but just in, push it up just to make sure that it's well stuck down. Okay, but you can use anything for this, that's just an example. Then we'll do our other side, the exact same measurement. You can see I do use a fair bit of glue on this because I do want it to make sure it sticks where it should be, because it is going to be a usable box. It's not just for decoration. So same again, just take the top, lift it in and slide it to the bottom corner like so, and then just push it on back. Okay, and then again just take your tool and just run up to make sure that there's not any air bubbles, etc. And then that one moved a little bit, so I'm just positioning it back in and just make sure it's stuck well. That's us. Okay, so we've got the two sides done. Now we just need the front and back panel and we are done. So just take, these are 3 5/8 by 3 7/8. Okay, so I need to see what side is which when I go to put it in, because it's a little bit neater on one side obviously. Come on, you. There we go. Plenty of glue down there. Right, let me see. I think we are going this way. Yep. If you put it in the wrong way, it won't go in. I'll show you that with the dry one in a second. Okay, so just exact same scenario. Give it a wee push about. Make sure that glue is going where it should be. Okay, so as I said, you'll see that one of the sides is longer. That fits in perfectly. That doesn't. Okay, it just won't fit in unless you're going in at an angle, but then you know it's not right. Okay, so last one. There we are. Push it down into the corner and push it back onto the wood. And just bring in my tool, give it a wee squish about, and then just position it where I want it. And that's the inside of the box and the outside decorated. Now, I actually probably don't need to add the acrylic paint around the sides, but I'm going to do it, okay? The reason being is both these boxes are going on my desk and I want them the same. I'm a bit of a funny freak that way. I like things to be the same. So I've just got some cheap white acrylic paint. This is a Do Craft version. It can be any. You could even probably get away with gesso if I'm honest. But all I'm doing is just taking a wee bit on my finger and putting it on the side of my hand. That's just so when I'm tapping it, because I don't want a big layer. I just want to edge it. And for this top, because the wood is so dark, you will need to go over this a few times. Okay, so I'm just dabbing over. The sides are not so much, you are just one coat is more than enough for the sides. But for the top, because that wood is so dark, you do need that extra few layers to hide it. Not even hide it, it's just to lighten it a wee bit maybe. So again, I'm just adding a little bit of white acrylic paint to my hand so I'm not putting thousands on. And I'm just going to come down the side here and just shabby that up a bit. Okay, so I'm not worried about it going onto the paper, or that's absolutely fine with me. It's the same effect that I'm looking for. Okay, same with this. Just come down the side with it. Turn it round. I do get so messy with paint. I'm unreal. Right, and then we've just got the base area to do. I'm just going to grab another wee bit of white paint, tap it onto my hand, and just come across the edge. And as I said, you don't need to be exact with it. It's only to just add a tiny wee bit of interest, really. And with this paper, it's very forgiving. So if you add too much and streak it off, you're not going to see anything. If you're using a darker paper or something that's not quite as forgiving, keep a damp cloth handy or a baby wipe, and just when you've over corrected, just go in with your wee wet cloth and wipe up anything that you don't want MD to see. Let me just see. There's another wee bit on this side. There's just a wee bit extra of the hinge shown there. So I'm just adding that wee bit extra white paint. That side is actually well covered, but I'll do another wee layer there just so that it ties it all together. There we are. Oh, a wee bit of a paint goober. No, glue goober. Right, so as you can see, this is actually going to be dry now. Like that. Oops, that's a wee paint goober now. And all I'm doing is just massaging it in with my second layer. And you could use a different colour, you could use cream if you preferred. I actually don't have any cream, I don't think. I think mine is more a tan colour, which would have been too dark for this. I'm just adding another wee bit of white. Massage that across. And you can see that there is still some dark wood showing through. So you just, until you're happy, just keep going round. Don't overwork it though, because although it looks dry, the acrylic paint won't be 100% dry. So just be content with going round until you've got the effect that you are looking for. And I'm actually pretty close to what I want. I think this will be the last coat. And as I said, it's minimal paint you're using. You really are using virtually nothing. Here we go. Alrighty. Give it a glue there. So that's it. That's our set, our open top box decorated, and it would be going alongside my other one. I think they look fab. And for, what was it, £1.99 I think they were? Just see if I've got my, yeah, £1.99. They're fantastic. You can put your utensils in them, your tools, pens, etc. Or you can use what I'm going to be doing is just my little embellishments that I'm using on my desk that day. I can just pop them in there, and at the end of my crafting, put them back in or put them away. It's just going to be handy to have something close by that I can work with. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you've got some ideas on how to decorate them. I will leave the link to Fernli for these boxes, okay? They're just fab. I did see that someone had messaged me saying that they had issues with the site for Fernli. Lou is aware of this, okay? Chrome does not like the provider that Lou uses. So what I would suggest is maybe use Mozilla, Internet Explorer, or what's the other one? Safari. I would suggest using one of those to try and access it. Otherwise, message Lou and ask her about different products. She will respond to you as soon as she can. The email is on the website, and it's also on the Facebook group. You can message her on Facebook at any time. She might take a bit to get back to you because it's not her full-time job, Fernli. She does work elsewhere as well. So just pop her a wee line and ask her what you're looking for, and she'll be happy to point you in the right direction, or take the order over there and then give you a PayPal invoice so that you can pay for your items with postage, etc. So I hope that's helped. I will speak to you all soon. Bye.